All right, so today we're doing mole ratios, and when you're doing mole ratios, you have to look at the coefficient, which is the big number in front. So here's our equation, and we're just looking at big numbers. So there isn't a big number here, so we're going to say 1. The big number here is 3, and the big number here is 2. Now, when we have done ratios before, we've done 1 to 2, 2 to 2, 3 to 4. These little dots means 2, okay? So when we're doing this one, we have N2. We have how many N2s? Well, it's the number in front, so there's only 1. So we say 1 dot dot, and then for H2, you look at the number in front, it's 3. So our ratio is 1 to 3. Now we're going to have N2. N2 is still 1 dot dot, and we look at how many N3s we have. We have 2. Now we have H2s. For H2s, we have 3 dot dot, and then in H3, we have 2. So you are going to do the same thing for number 2 with this equation, okay? So you're going to look at what they're asking for, and you're going to use these big coefficients up front. This one didn't have one, so I put a 1, okay? So you're going to do something, dot, dot, something, okay? Now, for number 3, it says, answer the following questions for this equation. Here's your equation. And remember, we're just looking at the big number in front. So what is the H2 to H2O molar ratio? Well, H2, there's a 2 here, so it's 2 dot dot, and now we're doing H2O. H2O has a big 2 in front, so it's a 2 to 2 ratio. Now we're going to be doing the problems that we're going to be using actual things. So suppose you had 20 moles of H2 on hand and plenty of O2. How many moles of H2O could you make? So we're going to do like the video that you should have watched, where you take what you're given, which is 20 moles H2. Well, we want to cancel out moles of H2, and we want to go to moles of H2O. That's what they're asking about. Okay, so to get these guys, you have to come up here and look at your equation, your balanced equation, to figure out the numbers you put in. So moles of H2O, well, you come over to H2O and your moles are 2. Now for the moles of H2, you come up here, H2, it is 2. So your moles of H2O cancel out. Now you're going to multiply everything on top, so 20 times 2 is 40, divide by the bottom. 40 divided by 2 is 20. Now, all that's left are moles of H2O. So, you're going to have to do that for the remainder of the paper. Here it's just asking about mole ratio, so you're going to have some number to some number using this equation. And then you're going to calculate this using the mole ratio. Okay? Now, for number 4, you have to use that equation for A, B, C, and D. So here is your equation. So if you used 1 mole of N2, 1 mole N2, and you want to go to how many moles of NH3? Well, we're going to have to cancel out moles of N2, and we're going to have to go to moles of NH3. So now you're going to use that equation to get your mole ratio. So NH3, there are 2. The bottom was moles of N2. Well, here there's nothing, so you assume it's 1. So now you're going to basically multiply the top, divide by the bottom, and that will tell you how many moles of NH3 you have. So you're going to use that same format for the rest of the problems. When you are done, turn it in to the tray. If you have questions, I will help you tomorrow.